you doing?
I am great.
Bankruptcy, Broadway, and Billboard. 3 words that summarize everything Evelyn and Michael's baby endured from the June 18th, 1996 release of her sophomore effort, Secrets, meant to widen her pop appeal. It did that and more, generating her signature song, Unbreak My Heart, and going 7 times platinum by 1999.
You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
So, what are you doing right now?
I'm here for the Super Bowl.
She kicked off the new millennium with a show-stopping performance at the Super Bowl halftime show presented by Disney and ABC, serving much face, much body, and much hair, baby. So after a 4-year hiatus, LaFace's leading lady was gearing up to release her 3rd album, and boy, would things get hot.
You had 2 great CDs that came out, and then you took a bit of a break.
A bankruptcy problem called Chapter 7 bankruptcy. A friend of mine said, "You like Carrie, you're just losing your mind." There's a song on the album called Maybe, and I'm trying to sing rap.
They didn't take your Grammys, right?
They were going to, I bought them all back.
Have got bitten by the acting bug because you just finished a movie with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yep.
What's it called?
It's called Kingdom Come. With all the negative things, I have to look at the positive things and how God's blessed me. So we definitely worked it out. At first, it was funny at first.
Right.
But then we started talking, and the relationship is getting back to what it once was.
In an interview with CNN, Toni stated the album will be released in March and the single will be out in 2 to 3 weeks. Toni mainly recorded the album in California, Minnesota, and Georgia. Having done 6 months on Broadway, she found it difficult to, sing like Toni Braxton again.
When I first started recording, the hardest thing for me is singing like Toni again versus Broadway Toni. Broadway is different than pop soul singing that I do. It's like Glee Club style singing.
But considering she was Toni Braxton, it came back to her. She took a far more active role in the production and writing of her new set. She co-wrote 7 of the 12 tracks and co-produced 6 of them. Rodney Jerkins, Fred Jerkins, LaShawn Daniels, and Harvey Mason wrote the first track. Rodney Jerkins and LaShawn Daniels handled the production. This was the final track, added after LaFace founder Antonio L.A. Reid felt the album needed one more hit. Carrie Lewis of Mint Condition and Toni, who were, as the old folks say, courting, co-wrote the second and titular track. It was also produced by the duo. The following track, a shameless attempt at Unbreak My Heart 2, entitled Spanish Guitar, was written by Diane Warren and produced by David Foster. The next track, Just Be a Man About It, was written by Toni, Jonna Austin, Teddy Bishop, Brian Michael Cox, and produced by Teddy Bishop, Toni, and Brian Michael Cox. The next track, Gimme Some, featured label mate Lisa Left Eye Lopez of the mega successful TLC and was written by Jazzy Fa, Toni, and Babyface. Of course, Lisa wrote her verse. Babyface produced the track. Diane Warren wrote and David Foster produced the next track, I'm Still Breathing. Mark Harris, Tommy Sims, and Babyface wrote Fairy Tale, with Babyface also handling the production. The Art of Love was written by Toni and Carrie and also produced by Toni and Carrie. Speaking in Tongues was written by Toni and produced by Carrie and Toni. Maybe was written by Toni, Keith Crouch, John Smith, McCallie Jameson, and Samuel Goss, and produced by Keith and Toni. You've Been Wrong was written by Toni, Brian Casey, Brandon Casey, Teddy Bishop, and Kevin Hicks, with production by Teddy and Kevin. It also featured a prominent interpolation of the stylistic Stop, Look, and Listen to Your Heart. The final track, Never Just for a Ring, was written by R&B group Pure Soul, known for their top 20 hit We Must Be in Love, Toni and Daryl Simmons, with the production being handled by Daryl. Tamar and Toni co-wrote 2 songs for the album, but they did not receive placements. 6 days before her performance at the Super Bowl, Entertainment Weekly published an article with the headline reading, The Latest on Toni Braxton's New Album, and an article that read, in part, Braxton's third album, tentatively titled The Heat, is near completion. It's very strong and very personal to her, says Reed. Toni co-wrote most of the material on the album. She worked with several different people, including Babyface, and I'm working hard at trying to get her and producer Rodney Jerkins together right now. It will be out very, very soon.
So he wasn't man enough.
That's the name of the song. It's kind of hot and spicy. He wasn't man enough. Like, he needs to be a man about it and work it out. Kind of that kind of thing.
First single leading to another single leading to album. How much are you working on with Toni?
We just did this one song together, and I want to work with her again.
Yeah.
I'm hoping more in the future.
Make that happen, yeah.
We did. I think we made some history together.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I think so.
Nervousness about coming out?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time, right? But I'm excited.
She's nervous. I'm not nervous for her.
Oh, good answer, Rod.
She's on fire.
Nearly a month after she performed at the Super Bowl, LaFace Arista released the album's lead single, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, which had only been recorded mere weeks before its release. Billboard magazine spotlighted the single with its review reading, after a nearly 4-year absence and a lengthy and heated court battle with label LaFace Arista, Toni Braxton at last returns once again on LaFace with the debut single from her eagerly awaited album, The Heat, scheduled for release April 25th. The Rodney Jerkins produced He Was a Man Enough for Me is an all-tempo driven track with a fiery edged beat. Braxton's deep, sultry vocals, which are indeed her signature, set the tone for the lyric, which tells the story of a strong woman who rids herself of the wrong man, then explains to his new woman and the other woman that she was his second choice. While Braxton is most recognized for her melancholy ballads produced by Babyface, she's no stranger to success with other producers, such as her work with Bryce Wilson on You're Making Me High and R. Kelly's I Don't Want To. Her work with Jerkins should finally set the record straight for the last time. She's talented with or without Babyface. This is going to be a smash. British NME magazines reviewed the single read, Braxton can possibly claim the best set of tonsils in soul pop. But this anodyne comeback single is no Unbreak My Heart. Over a snaking synth funk bassline and pristine studio R&B backdrop, the honey voice munchkin fires up her patent lip trembling technique about some no-good dog of a bloke who messed her around, got dumped, and came back begging for forgiveness. But does she relent? No way. You go, girlfriend. This is opera meets Oprah and was written incidentally by 4 blokes. The music video, which of course was directed by Billy Woodruff, saw a short anime Toni with much cleavage, a cameo from Carrie Lewis, her sister Tamar, and Robin Givens. The single debuted on the Hot 100 at number 63 for the week ending March 18, 2000. By that time, the video was in heavy rotation on BET, and MTV soon added the clip as well. The single received substantial urban airplay in its first 3 weeks of release, with pop radio following suit shortly thereafter. The song jumped 24 chart positions in 3 weeks, making its first top 40 appearance for the week ending April 8th. That month, she participated in Arista's 25th anniversary celebration. The following 2 weeks saw the single reach its peak at number 24 for the week ending April 22nd. On April 25th, Arista LaFace released her third body of work to retailers. Its cover photo, taken by Daniela Federici, features Braxton in a two-piece bra and skirt set with long black hair flowing down her back, sporting a mug so lethal it about killed the photographer babes. Federici also took shots of her dressed in a cute, sexy cowgirl get-up in the middle of the desert. Braxton filmed a TV ad dressed as a firewoman, hosing those afflicted by the, you guessed it, heat.
This summer, there's no escaping the heat. The Heat, the hottest album yet from Toni Braxton.
Anybody want some ice cream?
The album cover graced the cover of the April 29th issue of Billboard magazine. Their review of the set read, "It's been 4 years since Toni Braxton took us on her flight of fancy with the #1 single, You're Making Me High. Now, after settling a well-publicized legal skirmish with the record company management, LaFace's First Lady of Song is back with her long-awaited third album. With trademark vocals in hand, Braxton doesn't stray too far from the tried-and-true formula. A lot of lush mid-tempo tunes and ballads that made her a household name in the mid to late 90s. Prime examples, the title track, the Diane Warren-penned Spanish guitar, You've Been Wrong, and Never, Just for a Ring. But it's a looser Braxton who shines on the 12-track set's best cut, Gimme Some, featuring a rap guest shot by TLC's Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and the Rodney Jerkins pen-produced top 10 single, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. In a 3-star review, the Rolling Stone wrote, "Large living R&B divas rarely take risks. Balladeers like Toni Braxton tend to favor familiar scripts, interchangeable backdrops, and similarly successful co-stars. But that doesn't mean they don't deliver. On the contrary, Toni Braxton's third Babyface-dominated album, The Heat, updates and diversifies her stylistic surroundings while delivering the expected Boy Dare soundtrack. Unlike many of her peers, this preacher's daughter doesn't substitute grandstanding technique for feeling. Braxton's supple alto rests easily within the mainstream R&B smooth sonic furniture, her croons displaying husky quirks as the track goes through the multi-platinum motions on Spanish guitar, a Latin-conscious Unbreak My Heart clone. Producer Rodney Darkchild Jerkins ups the tempo, syncopation, and talk show drama on He Was a Man Enough, while The Art of Love delivers only sighs, moans, and pillow talk. But even when she's demanding that scrubs clean up their act, Braxton radiates sublimely sensual romance. Entertainment Weekly, in a B+ review, wrote, again on the sultry singer's third album, hearts break as easily and as often as eggs. Men lie, walk out, withhold, or at best, tell Braxton they don't deserve her. No wonder she stands as the torch song queen of current R&B. The defeated focus of Braxton's approach not only suits her drowsy, amber voice, but it also gives her a distinctive point of view in the diva field. While Mariah and Whitney used their most bloated ballads to idealize love, Braxton seldom terms so sunny. Neither does she play younger than she is, eschewing the money-grabbing, put-down songs so popular with newer girl groups like Destiny's Child and 702. Braxton's work likewise counters the reigning male voices of adult R&B. Singers like Brian McKnight and Joe Levert most often serenade successful love, rarely sing Braxton's lonely side. If the singer retains her basic point of view on the heat, she has done some updating as well. The album's first single, He Was a Man Enough, makes savvy use of the hottest R&B writer-producer of the moment, Rodney Jerkins. It's faster than Braxton's usual fare, featuring Jerkins' taut beats and harp, not to mention his lyrical flair for plot. Here Braxton warns a female friend not to marry a man the singer knows too well. Other songs put a broad new distance between the beats, letting Braxton dart energetically between the notes. In Fairy Tale, she tries out a baby-faced out acoustic piece, while The Art of Love lets her play Barry White, luxuriating orgasmically over undulating rhythms. Sometimes the music reflects on the lyrics' theme in smart ways. The speedy rhythms of speaking in tongues reflects the character's neurotic thinking. Braxton's annotations in Never Just for a Ring mimic the cadence of pleading. Like everything on the heat, it's tasteful, well performed, and best of all, consistent stuff, throwing the lovelorn a reliable lifeline. People magazine wrote, there is both maturity and comfort in Toni Braxton's voice. The 33-year-old Maryland native and multi-platinum R&B superstar has a rich, resonant alto etched with smoky shadings that belie her youthful appeal. That voice, along with some killer songs, helped make Braxton one of the most successful singers of the 90s. Beset with very public financial problems and contractual hassles though, Braxton has been AWOL for 4 years. In that time, a wave of younger, albeit less substantial, R&B performers has seized the spotlight. So it wasn't surprising that Braxton's comeback single, He Was a Man Enough for Me, carries a sassy, hip-hop flavored sound and a bitchy, biting attitude. As fun as the track is, Braxton's moody voice is better served by lush ballads and more dramatic mid-tempo songs. Unfortunately, much of the material on the heat never rises to the heights of previous hits like Breathe Again and Love Should Have Brought You Home. Indeed, the outstanding track here is the spare, The Art of Love. Sinewy and seductive, it is infused with the grown-up elegance and ease of Braxton at her best. The LA Times wrote, there are a few moments of semi-anonymous pop here, but the highlights convey the kind of deeply held viewpoint that places Braxton with such thoughtful artists as Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu, rather than the diva crowd, which what? The Washington Post wrote, for a pop soul diva, filing for bankruptcy can add new meaning to songs that might otherwise seem like simple war stories from the dating front. When Toni Braxton sings I'm Still Breathing and This Heart of Mine Is Still Beating on her new album, The Heat, she might be kissing off the last man to walk out of her split-level condo. But given the troubles she's endured lately, she could be talking about a whole lot more. The Heat is the first Braxton release since the multi-platinum Secrets in 1996. In the intervening years, she's tussled publicly with her label, LaFace, the Atlanta-based hit-making machine that she accused of severely underpaying her, a point she underscored in 1998 by filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy protection. At the time, she'd sold about 15 million albums and generated some $170 million in worldwide sales. A truce, lucrative for Braxton, reportedly was struck, and the former combatants are now producing music rather than legal bills. The Heat is a sultry, if risk-free album that has already begun to yield chart-bound hits and is sure to provide the uplifting closing minutes for an episode of Behind the Music. It will be the popular triumph that follows the setback that followed the humble beginnings and the early success. The Heat is very much a LaFace production, finely crafted and loaded with musically spare mid-tempo swooners about love and romantic one-upmanship. The ravishing Miss Braxton has long possessed every element of the total R&B package, not least of which is a richly emotive voice that conveys both bottomless adoration and back-off indignation with equal conviction. On He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, Braxton warns a friend away from a guy found lacking in the manliness department. Venturing into the dance market, Give Me Some features a stutter step beat, a rap by TLC's Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and lyrics saucy enough to give any minister a fit. For ballads, Braxton purrs through I'm Still Breathing and Spanish guitar. She sounds slightly more wordly wise, but litigation and time away from the studio haven't changed her much. Or maybe LaFace believes that the first album after a 4-year hiatus is no moment to meddle with the formula that works. So, for the most part, The Heat was warmly received.
Don't you know that he was my man? But I chose to let him go. So why do you like us to care about him? Looking at me like I'm burned, and I'm the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget about first. He wasn't man enough for me. If you don't know now, here's your chance. I've already had your man. I'll be worried about him now. I think he's just the man for you. Oh, yeah. Did you know? Girlfriend. But you married him. There's a while longer out with me. Then girl, let me tell you the truth, and not then why don't you ask him? Maybe you could give more into him instead of worrying about me. Hopefully you won't mind all of the reasons why his love didn't count, and why we couldn't work it out. Ooh, nah, it wasn't man enough for me, no. See, I've already had a man, and I'll be worried about him now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just a man for you.
me about that cartoon. That's kind of cool.
Well, we don't have a name for her yet. She's a superhero, and these guys are like bad guys, and she stops them by pulling down her shirt, and her boobies kind of get their attention. Well, the cleavage part, and
maybe Boobarella.
so then she's okay, Boobarella, yeah.
Do we have? Wait, show. Let me. I missed that part.
You missed it. These bad guys are somewhere there, and she opens her shirt. There it is. Ta-da! And she sings. Then she sings, and it kills them.
Oh, and she sings too.
She sings, yeah.
No, you don't have to sing. It's fine. No, that's very imaginative.
Thank you, Billy Woodruff.
And the CD comes out just today, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is great. Congratulations on all your success. I'm glad you're feeling better. Last time you had a cold last time.
By May, He Was a Man Enough was a top 10 pop hit, peaking at number 2 on the Hot 200 for 2 weeks. The music video for He Was a Man Enough was still in heavy rotation at BET, and the Arista 25th anniversary special aired on May 10th. That month, production also began on Toni's first film, Kingdom Come, a dark comedy about a dysfunctional Southern family, the Slocums, and the death of its patriarch. She had a co-starring role as a self-centered, bougie cousin named Juanita. The Heat debuted at number 2 on the Hot 200 with first week sales of 199,000. On the 24th, the RIAA certified the album platinum for sales of 1 million. The next single came out in late June, entitled Just Be a Man About It. Billboard's review of the single read, "Keeping with what works best for her, Toni Braxton sings her way through another tearjerker single. She's so good at being sad." As in past hits, Unbreak My Heart and Another Sad Love Song, Braxton does the "he did me wrong" story better than most female artists out there. Maybe it's because her deep, husky voice sounds so believable, as if she's on the verge of tears, but still strong enough to keep her pride intact. In Just Be a Man About It, Dr. Dre makes an unexpected appearance, but not with an intrusive, out-of-place rap. He's a cowardly boyfriend on the other end of the telephone line, making excuses for his leaving. Instead of crying over him, Braxton puts him out, sounding as if she's an exhausted woman, weary of the lies. It's Braxton's ability to create and perform songs that show the strength of someone with whom ordinary women want to identify. While the first and second albums were heavy on the babyface sound, this track has no trace of that style, but it remains Braxton. He Was a Man Enough was doing exceptionally well overseas, and the video was still getting spins on BET, MTV, and VH1. The album was sitting at number 23 on the Hot 200, having just departed the top 20. Billy Woodruff directed the video, which featured Toni looking all frustrated and sexy in a crop top and jeans, waiting for her fling. There are slow-mo shots of her wandering around her condo, throwing ish and serving face until she could lay up with her new man. LaFace Arista sent the video to BET as retailers were putting out the single. Just Be a Man About It debuted on the Hot 100 at number 76 for the week ending July 29th. By August, it was a top 40 hit. On the 13th, she performed at Kings and Divas 2000 and beyond.
Maybe you could be more intense than one about me. I will lead you on. The reason why is love and why we couldn't work it out. Ooh, yeah. He wasn't made enough for me, yeah. See, I've already had a man. And I'll be worried about him, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the man for you.
On September 2nd, she appeared at the 6th annual Soul Train Lady of Soul Awards, where she won an award for Aretha Franklin Entertainer of the Year and performed.
Something I've already had no man. Just where he's been, yeah. I'll be worried about him, yeah. I think he's just the man for you. Oh, girlfriend, but you married him. You know I made me. He wasn't man enough for me. That girl, did he tell you the truth? And nothing told you ask him. Maybe you fixed him mowing instead of worrying about me. Hopefully you won't mind all of the reasons why his love found, why we couldn't work it out. Ooh, yeah. He wasn't made enough for me, yeah. See, I've already had your man, yeah. And I'll be worried about him, yeah. I think he's just the man for you.
Canada.
5 days later, she appeared at the MTV VMA Awards, where He Wasn't Man Enough for Me was nominated for Best Female Video and Best R&B Video. Her new video, For Just Be a Man, was in heavy rotation on BET. By this point, Just Be a Man About It hit its peak on the Hot 100 at number 32, where it stayed as LaFace Arista released the third single from the set, Spanish Guitar. Billboard did not bother to review the single. In October, the RIAA certified the album 2 times platinum for an additional 1 million units sold. Spanish Guitar's video screamed big budget and featured some pretty sensual shots of Toni, along with a new blonde look. In November, the nominations for the AMAs were released, and The Heat received 1 for Best Soul R&B Album. The single, a clear attempt at replicating Unbreak My Heart, stalled at number 98 in December. That month, she took home a trophy for R&B Artist of the Year Female at the Billboard Music Awards. She was also named Top R&B Hip Hop Album Artist Female and Top Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles and Tracks Artist Female.
Wow, this feels wonderful. Well, first of all, I have to thank all my fans out there. Thank you guys so much. This is something that all falling stars dream of, and that's another chance. I thank you guys so much. I'd like to thank my honey Care, my Care Bear, my manager Barry Hankerson, my family, just everyone. Thank you for believing in me again. Thank you, thank you. Woo!
How's it feel?
Really good.
What do you think when you walk through your house, when you're by yourself, you see all your accomplishments and your awards? Do you ever have a moment?
A great moment, because I lost them all in the bankruptcy and I had to buy them all back. So to have them and have this one, it feels good.
What did
feels
you
great.
learn from that?
to watch my money. That's the biggest lesson. And in addition to that, I think whenever you're a new artist, we're so hard on each other. Like, you know, I've been out a few years and look at other artists, like they should do this and they should do that. But I think you need to experience things for yourself and make your own mistakes. And through adversity, you gain strength.
How do you pick yourself back up?
I just remind myself that I was blessed and I got a second chance. And that does it for me.
Toni, what advice have you got for like the Christinas and the Britneys of the world? Because you've been through it now.
Wow. I have a few. I would tell them that, you know, you're big, you're huge today. At any moment, it can be taken from you by default or whatever reason. But just keep believing in yourself. And if you keep believing in yourself, you can always come back. Yeah.
How is marriage we look to hear from you next?
Excuse me?
What new things can we look to see from you next?
I just completed my first movie with Whoopi Goldberg and LL Cool J and Jada Pinkett Smith, so I'm really excited about that. And I have a new single out called Spanish Guitar, which Diane Warren wrote, and it's beautiful. And we just did the video, it just came out, so I think you guys are gonna like it.
Toni would wind up winning the AMA for Favorite Soul R&B Album.
Toni Braxton is up for 2 awards this evening. This is her 6th American Music Award.
Gee, I'd like to thank everybody for this. I had a little accident today. I had a little boo-boo and I hurt my leg, and this makes it all feel so much better. I'd like to thank Dick Clark and Larry Klein for the lovely flowers. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my manager, my baby, Care Bear, and all my fans out there. Thank you guys for loving me and remembering me again. Thank you.
Smoky room, small cafe. We come to hear you play. Drink and dance the night away. Out the crowd, close my dream. But you don't even know that I'm there. Like that Spanish guitar, sing that still my heart, and I know you care. Where you look my way, going to someday. I'll see the moonlight, it's in the air, and you don't even know that.
The Heat was nominated at the Grammys for Best R&B Album in January, with Toni receiving a nomination for Best R&B Vocal Performance Female for He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. The following month, her next single, Maybe, was released. On February 21st, wearing a white Richard Taylor gown with cutout sides, she won Best R&B Vocal Performance Female. The plan was to release the video for the single, which featured Braxton in the Richard Taylor gown, but upon watching the entire video, including some salacious shots featuring a body double, she pulled the plug on the video's release. The look got her on an episode of Fashion Police. The song, however, failed to chart on the Hot 100, but reached number 74 on the R&B chart and number 11 on the Dance Club Songs chart.
Try a little bit. There's a song on the album called Maybe, and I'm trying to sing rap.
Can I have this?
Okay, I'll try.
Our momento especial, Toni Braxton rapping.
Okay. Is the night that you took control of me? Tell me, boy, was it really gonna be through time for a while? Daddy, come close, straight up, feeling your style. The way you can feel when you get feel real, when you're holding me, when you're zoning me, when you look sexy, when you're touching me, when you're flipping me to say, sitting me within my Vicky. In a mirror, measured in you and me. Picture you and smell around nice and drove away, go chilling all night. Come on over, relax, I stand and wondering if you're really gonna me and give it and get it, just let it go. Ooh, or tell him no, just give him some, maybe.
The heat cooled off rather quickly. What was supposed to set the stage for Toni's standing in the new millennium only produced one big international hit. Well, piracy and illegal streaming were on the rise. The same people who once had to buy their music could surf over to LimeWire, which launched only 1 month after the heat was released to hear the latest music. The single choices were inept as well. Just Be a Man About It, a typical Braxton track lamenting the trials of a love gone sour, was perhaps not the best follow-up to what was her hippest and hottest track, Since You're Making Me High. Its moderate chart performance reflected that, as it seemed it was only meant to satiate her R&B base. There was enough pop appeal to have made it a bigger hit, but that will require her distributor, Arista BMG, to not be in the midst of trying and failing, then succeeding to oust its founder. Eventually, Arista and its parent company just flat out bought LaFace and dissolved it into Arista, making Antonio Reed the new CEO in the summer of 2000. The difference between an artist like Toni Braxton and Sam Salter, whose 2000 sophomore set on LaFace Arista was shelved, likely due to the eventual LaFace Arista shakeup, is that Toni had the fan base and the track record to justify a release, one that was already in jeopardy as Spanish Guitar was pushed as the third single. I mean, at least it went #1 in Croatia. Maybe had the potential to ignite a renaissance in sales for the album, but the lack of a video and virtually no performances of it sealed its fate. The heat would have also made a decent single, and there was even a concept video shot. But like the old school divas Toni was fashioned after, she kept going. After all, in April, her debut film would hit theaters, and she was working on 2 new albums. She attended the April premiere of Kingdom Come, posing for pictures with her baby sister Tamar, who was featured on its soundtrack. Toni was also pregnant. That same month, she tied the knot with Carrie Lewis.
Grammy winner Toni Braxton finds the perfect wedding dress.
Every little girl dreams of how she's going to look on her wedding day, and I'm no different.
Toni had been falling in love with producer and songwriter Carrie Lewis, but the road to romance wasn't easy.
He had a girlfriend. I had a boyfriend too, but we broke up, and he and his girlfriend broke up. But then they got back together. And a friend of mine said, "You like Carrie, you're just losing your mind. What's the big deal?" And I had to think about it. Gosh, maybe I'll do it.
Within a few months, both Toni and Carrie found themselves unattached and free to follow their hearts. But Carrie felt what many guys feel about making a lifetime commitment.
We try to hold out till the last minute. But when I met her, I couldn't hold out no longer.
Yeah.
It was no holding out.
A year later, Carrie decided to pop the question and went online to custom design a magnificent 4.5-carat diamond ring.
It seemed to go with her style. You know, she's a very stylish, classic lady.
Thank you.
Last year, InStyle shot photographs of Toni in wedding dresses from top designers, including Richard Tyler, Reem Acra, Carolina Herrera, and Elie Saab. But when it came to her final choice, Toni had no doubts about her princess-style Vera Wang gown.
When I saw the dress, I knew that was the dress I wanted right away. It was beautiful, all these beautiful crystals all over it, and it was as big as I wanted. Fantastic.
Despite her cutting-edge image as a pop performer, Toni wanted everything in the wedding to be very traditional. And the couple chose the majestic Dean Gardens estate in Atlanta, where last April they invited a select group of 250 family members and friends to join them for their day of celebration.
Gosh, the morning of the wedding, I felt happy, excited. I can't deny I was nervous, but I was trying to keep my cool, and I was nervous.
Toni's mom was close by, keeping her daughter calm, and presented her with something old, a bracelet fashioned out of her own wedding band. Something borrowed came in the form of a 125-carat diamond necklace from Stephen Russell Jewelers in New York. Something blue, however, was a little more provocative.
It was just fantastic with my family and my friends and my mom. It was just a great moment, and my dad came up and hugged me.
And so, in the soft light of a Georgia afternoon, Toni's father, Michael, escorted her down the aisle.
In the name of God, I, Toni, take you, Carrie.
To be my husband.
It got really emotional for me because you hear the vows all the time in movies or if you're going to someone else's wedding, but when you are actually a part of those words, for better or for worse,
For richer, for poorer.
and you listen to them and they pierce your heart and you realize what they're saying, it was really emotional and special.
Amen.
They announced us husband and wife. We kissed. Fabulous kiss.
Oh, there we go.
We're coming down the aisle, and we get to the end, and I picked her up. Tried to look like she wasn't heavy. Nah, she wasn't heavy at all.
And it was right after Carrie carried his new bride into the reception tent that Toni gave him an unforgettable wedding surprise.
I had went to the doctor's like a week and a half before we got married, you know. And he says, Toni, you're getting married, right? And I said, yes. He said, you're pregnant.
I didn't believe it for about a minute at least. I was so shocked. I was so happy too. I was like, we just got married. It's like such an incredible high getting married, and then to find out that we're having a kid, it's like, wow.
The reception was held in an expansive 4,000-square-foot tent, styled after 1940s Hollywood and Toni's love of the store Tiffany's.
The first entrance into the tent were these huge Tiffany boxes. So they ended up being a wedding cake. And then there were all these tables and crystal glasses and these beautiful rose crystal chandeliers.
The moment they entered the tent, Toni and Carrie kicked the party off by dancing to 70s Bee Gees classic, More Than a Woman.
We picked the song More Than a Woman because, hey, come on, honey, you're supposed to chime in and say, because she's more than a woman. Come on, come on.
Of course, man.
I'm pulling him here. Help me, okay?
She is more than a woman.
4 months later, she released her first Christmas album, Snowflakes. Slam Magazine's review read, in part, Braxton's Snowflakes would have worked better pre You're Making Me High. In fact, Breathe Again would fit inconspicuously on any holiday mixtape. Gosh, I wish I could go to Jamaica or a tropical island for the holidays, a young Toni Braxton once declared. The excruciatingly banal Christmas in Jamaica, featuring an extra irritating Shaggy, Just Call Me Santa Claus, is the singer's urban-soaked attempt at transporting herself and us to a tropical holiday hideaway. There's nary a festive note in original songs like Santa Please and Holiday Celebrate, co-written by Braxton. More classic-sounding tunes like the jazzy Snowflakes of Love, based on an instrumental composed by Isaac Hayes, lift the collection's spirit, but faithful renditions of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas and the Christmas song are the only moments that conjure images of Christmas. What's next? He Wasn't Santa Enough for Me? Child, Entertainment Weekly wrote, ever since Elvis sang Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, singers have assumed that Saint Nick has nothing better to do than find their ex-lovers and give them a ride back to their bereft apartments on Christmas Eve. Toni Braxton picks up the thread with Santa Please, a beseeching ballad from her new Snowflakes. Braxton needs to work harder at getting her man back herself. She sounds uncharacteristically wan here, frequently drowned out by powerful string arrangements. A single, Snowflakes of Love, was released, but it wasn't no All I Want for Christmas. It debuted and peaked at number 25 on the adult contemporary charts. November also saw the release of a video collection from Toni with Love, which featured all of Braxton videos, including 2 alternate versions and 2 Spanish videos. The album peaked at number 119 on the Hot 200, earned a gold certification, and spawned a second single, a remixed version of Christmas in Jamaica featuring Shaggy. On December 1st, Toni and Carrie Lewis welcomed their first child. Toni also began laying tracks for her new album in the spring of 2001. Not only that, but she began working on another baby, because by the summer of 2002, La Braxton was pregnant again, honey. In retrospect, The Heat was a decent comeback for a recording star of Toni's caliber. The LaFace Arista shakeup occurred just as the album's lead singles were rising on the charts, meaning LaFace went from being its own entity with distribution from Arista to simply being an Arista imprint. Arista went from being led by the strong-willed, diva-loving Clive Davis to, well, Antonio Reid, a man she'd quite literally just sued. Whereas Babyface empathized with Toni and their work relationship continued without a hitch, it is unknown exactly how her relationship with the brother of the man she forced herself to be with to secure the release of her baby sister's debut album So Many Ways ended. You see, just as hard as Toni worked for her own success, she advocated for her sisters. One of those sisters broke away from the Braxtons, embarking on a solo career of her own. Toni went on record in an interview with CNN saying the sister in question, Tamar, was more talented than she could ever be. In short, Arista could have pushed The Heat much, much harder. There were hardly any live performances or talk show appearances. The singles, post Just Be a Man About It, received very little to no promotion, and their sales reflected that. Undeterred, by August, she was finished with her next studio album, which was to be called More Than a Woman. She had to have been just that to survive her upcoming album cycle, because Child Arista played in that lady face. Thank you for watching.
When I recorded this song, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, it was at the end, and I thought the project was over, and it's like, oh, we're not quite there yet, so okay, let's bring in another producer. I didn't really feel like singing because I was tired. I said, it's not another run, lick, or ad lib I can add to this at all. So LA called me and he said, you know, I think Rodney Jerkins is just the perfect person we need. And LA said, maybe y'all can write together. I said, you know what, tell you what, tell him to send me the track, and if I like it, I'll do it. If not, we'll just change a few things. I'm sure it'll be great. Just send it. I didn't feel like doing anything else. I didn't want to think about it. And I heard the song and I thought it was great. And I recorded it, and it came out pretty good. Actually, better than I thought, because I just kind of sung the song. It was like the key was wrong, it was too low. Rodney thought my voice was even lower than what it was. I'm like, Rodney, what am I? You really think I'm Barry White? But anyway, he lifted the key a whole step, which was a big thing, because you have to re-sing all the background vocals and everything. And I thought it came out pretty good. I didn't know what to expect, because there was a lot of little things I had to do to piece it, so we're changing the key and all, but it came out great. I was really happy with what I heard. For me, you know, I've always considered myself like the music lifetime channel for women. You know, women can listen to my music and get inspired and know that we can make it and it's all right, and just stuff especially for us. And so songs like He Wasn't Man Enough, it's sometimes girls, we love the guy and he's great and he's wonderful and he's sexy, but he's not man enough. He can't cut it. So you gotta move on to the next endeavor.
Well, listen, I know that you came first to the Today Show back in 1993, and honey, we got a little video from that performance. There you are. Oh, wait, you look beautiful. You had short hair. You had a very different look. Do you remember those days?
I do remember. I might have to go back to those days.
You had 2 great CDs that came out, and then you took a bit of a break from your career.
On purpose.
Tell us why.
A little bankruptcy problem.
A little problem called bankruptcy.
Yeah, a little problem called Chapter 7 bankruptcy. But very fortunate, I got a job with Beauty and the Beast.
That's right.
So they
on
helped
Broadway.
me along the way. So
how did you enjoy performing in Beauty and the Beast?
Was
that fun?
A lot of hard work, but it was the greatest feeling I've ever had.
And so you sort of got bitten by the acting bug.
Yeah.
Because you've just finished a movie with Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, yep.
What's it called?
It's called Kingdom Come. And Jada Pinkett Smith, Vivica Fox is star-studded. It's wonderful. It was my first experience. It was a lot of hard work, but it was great.
And what do you play in it?
I play Juanita.
Uh-huh.
It's about what happens at funerals. It's the funny side. It's like a dark comedy.
Ah.
So I'm that one who loves herself and that one everyone hates. But in the end, you find that she has a lot more substance than what you think.
Do you want to do more acting?
I don't want to tell it, lots more acting.
Now, I've been mentioning all morning, you were discovered at a gas station by a gas station
true.
attendant.
No one believes the story.
Okay, tell real quickly what happened.
What happened? I'm at college, and every day I put $2 in my gas tank because I'm poor. And this gas attendant says, "Oh, do I know you?" And I thought it was a line. And he said, "No, really, I think I know you. Have you sung around the city?" And I sung at the opening of an envelope. So, of course, he saw me. And he said he does demos. And I went to his house, and I took my girlfriend in case he was cuckoo.
Yeah.
And it turned out he was really a producer. He co-wrote the song by Milli Vanilli, Girl, You Know It's True. So,
yeah, well, what was he doing working at a gas station?
I don't know.
But anyway, he's a reputable songwriter and producer, and he discovered you pumping gas.
Yes, Bill Petaway.
That is such a great story.
He owns the gas station now. Though.
Okay. All right, what are you going to be singing for us first?
He wasn't man enough for me.
And this is from your new CD,
My new CD, The Heat. Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Toni Braxton.
All right, I'm going to be your coffee this morning. Dark child. Toni Braxton. Dark child, and girl, who do you think I am? Don't you know that he was not me? But I chose to let him go, so why do you I got to care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt when I'm the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget I had hurt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He wasn't man enough for me. Woo! I've already had your man. And I'll be worried about him, yeah. I think he's just the man for you, yeah. Oh, did you know? Oh, wait, girlfriend. But you married him. They don't stick a while longer. Oh, when they then girl, did he tell you the truth? And not then why don't you ask him? And maybe you could be more into him instead of worrying about me. Hopefully you won't mind all of the reasons why his love didn't count and why we couldn't work it out. Ooh, yeah. He wasn't man enough for me, yeah. The other way he had a man, yeah. And I'll be worried about him, yeah. I think he's just a man for you.
doesn't make